So, you have all these save file snapshots, and then you can fast forward and reverse by replaying the edits that you did. But that's kind of the, you can imagine, like, when you play a game, at any point, if you decide, let's raise taxes, you make a checkpoint there, and then you could revisit that decision and then branch reality out to another thing if you didn't raise taxes, and then see what happened. So basically, I want players to be able to make a tree of possibilities and then share all these save files and then comment on them and write about them. And that's where the educational stuff comes in. And, the teachers should be able to write scenarios that plug into the game that generate events and give people things to discuss. And then, but anyway, I got a great, Alan Kay said some really wonderful things. He said, one of the most wonderful possibilities of this adventure is that it'll bring together very fluent designers from many worlds of computing, more worlds than usually combined to make a game in the service of children. We should really try to pull this off. So I'm looking for volunteers. I never thought I'd be working, directly or indirectly with Alan Kay, but it just blew my mind that he was interested in it. So, and he's very supportive, because basically, here's the long-term goal. There's a game, and there's a robot or a monster. You double-click on the monster, it should open up a window and have a visual program that controls what that did. And this has already been done in the 80s on the Apple II, and it was a game called Robot Odyssey by Warren Robinette, who made, like, the Atari Adventure. And it was so before its time. Turns out it's Alan Kay's favorite game that he thinks he's waiting for the other shoe to drop, okay, because it taught visual programming and logic to kids by, you go inside a robot, and it's a room with plugs and sensors, and you have logic parts that you can bring out and make a circuit inside that robot. So what I'm trying to do, I better get to the demo, is do this within SimCity. So, and with a visual programming language that's just a layer on top of Python. We already have Python. I like Python. It's well designed. I'm not going to try to invent something different. I just want to give you a visual way to get to anything. So anyway, how does constructionist education manifest itself in something like SimCity? So creative writing, blogging, and twittering and chatting, all this social stuff that people do. Democracy, writing proposals, trying to get somebody to, support your proposal, and, publishing things into Wiki, and then opening up to enable plug-in programming. And just look, the first step is look at the code to see how it works, and then tweak it and change it, and then make your whole thing. So anyway, the older kids I want to teach, Python, C++ programming, and then younger kids will have this easier language, this higher level language to do logic. So this is, version 3. I'm only at version 1 right now. Okay. So I have the web server running. I want to put in sharing a city, tagging, journals, discussions, the whole kind of social network thing. It occurs to me maybe I should just let Facebook handle a lot of that stuff and just make a Facebook plugin. So, and slow the game down a lot. So on your Facebook page, it'll let your friends vote to things. I'm getting ahead of myself. But, MediaWiki integration. It's just take well-known things that solve a problem well and piggyback on top of them instead of trying to invent your own thing. So PayPal, maybe we can pay for all the CPU time it takes. So Tom made these mock-ups of what SimCity could look like inside a social network where, the important thing is you have to have an identity and, it knows about you. So, and, you've got friends, and this could be this could be a Facebook app where, if you add the app, you can do all this stuff and play it yourself. But even if you don't add the app, you can see what other people are doing. Whoop, wrong button. Okay, so it's all about, having people see what you're doing and explaining it to them. You can have these, links into the save files and people saying things. And I want to make it one game might last a week, and take little steps. So now, then you can have, I'll get to this. What I've made to just test plugins is I made plug-in zones, and the first plug-in zone I made was a plug-in church, because that's controversial and will upset people. So Now, the idea is I want to be able to script churches in Python. So the other plugins plug in characters. So let's, anyway, so, a multiplayer game, there could be several people in, and, you're on the map at a place, and you can chat embedded in the game, and then, collaborative editing. So I'd like, if you put something down, it'll put an interface that says, hey, somebody wants to make this, do you vote for it, yes or no? And then have a chat associated with that. So, and then imagine other people can come into your game and find, hey, this zone is not developed. We're going to put a coffee shop here, So I wanted eventually to be open enough that other people can come in and affect your game. So, and of course, you always have a save file. So, but here, let me run. Let's see, Emacs. Yes. Okay. So here's. Whoa. Wait, where's my other screen? This is very disorienting. Yeah. Okay. So there's a tool for doing translations. And it's all in Google Code. And that's the robot. I wanted to show some code. So, and this is how Pac-Man works. So, and he follows. Okay, so anyway, so I wrote a plug-in robot that you could put into the thing. And I better get to the actual code that's running. Okay. So this is, I don't know where my cursor is. Okay, so these are the different scenarios we could load or generate something randomly, or just here we'll do my favorite city here. Well, not one of my favorite cities. So I made this city. So, okay, so now this is a neat kind of a lazy tile view, because there's all, 120 by 100 tiles on the server, and we're telling the server where we're looking at, and it's sending the tiles that we need to see. So now, so here, things that happen in the city get logged, and there's a chat, and this will help you figure out what you need to do to improve your city. And this is like a history. So, okay, here's the nice one here. We can raise taxes a lot. So, God, it was so funny because the taxes in the Netherlands are so much more than 20%. But so we could look at the and hope I haven't offended anyone. So, okay, here's a meltdown. We can now, if you have a meltdown that it says, hey, this meltdown explosive. Okay, boom, and you go there. So, anyway, so now this little window up here, what I want when something interesting happens in the game, it's going to show you a live view and tell you something, but we can have a link to Wikipedia or whatever. So I want to put in more educational stuff that, like, the church says, hey, did you know that Scientologists believe this? Click here for more, and so you can think of the churches as like in-game advertising. So, and then, if you have too many churches, you use the bulldozer to get rid of them. So, now there's a speed control. I can make it go super duper fast, and everybody just left, basically. So this is more like a Twitch game. And, okay, here, let me do the cheat. Okay, what is it? I just added this. I'm not quite sure. Okay, here you go, exclamation mark, faith 1,000. That makes them want a lot more churches. Okay, whoa, okay, so I'm getting churches.